Hey everyone, I'm Charlie and I'm joined here by the Meanjin-based folk sweetheart Georgia Betts. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm so good. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for making the time. Now, you've recently released your new single, which is a bit of a tongue twister title, The You I
Yeah.
Used to Know. It's
Yeah.
out everywhere now. I can confess I sat here for a few minutes like, the you I used to know, the you I used to know.
Yeah. It is definitely, yeah, a bit of a tongue twister.
Yes, absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about this track?
Yeah, so I wanted to put out something that yeah, had a lot of energy to it. And I feel like this song definitely, yeah, I just want a bit of a feel-good bop. It was going to be a summer anthem, but obviously like that's oh, did I sneak in? No, I didn't. I'm a little bit late. Don't know my seasons either. But I
Hey,
kind of
that's
wanted that.
valid.
Yeah, feels like it's still the summer
Yeah,
anyways in
we'll
Brisbane.
keep the
So
vibes going.
yeah. But yeah, I wrote it last year, I think, about this feeling of kind of having all these songs that I sort of ascribe to someone and then sort of not having them in my life as much now and
Mm.
getting to a point where I was just skipping them lots because I didn't want to be reminded of kind of that situation. And then just got this yeah, I just remember I was just really vividly like driving home from work and I just had this moment. One of them just came on because Spotify
Mm.
algorithms love to just play the same songs that you listen to
Hmm.
over and over again. um and yeah, then I got this moment of like, no, I love this song and I love these songs
Yeah.
that I've just been skipping. And so I'm gonna listen to them and I'm gonna listen to them so much that then they'll remind me of like my own, like whatever new memories I want to ascribe to that. So yeah, so it's a little bit, I think it was like a really pivotal point in kind of trying to feel less sad about it and less just like, yeah, kind of caught up in that. And sort of the first pivotal point of when you tip the scales and go, no, like, it's like you get a little bit of fire in your belly and a little bit like, nah, I'm ready to move past this. Like yeah, I don't know. So I kind of wanted to
Mm.
capture that moment. Um, but it's funny, yeah, it does kind of, if you just look at it lyrically, it doesn't, it sometimes sounds like a little bit more melancholy or a little bit more hung
Mm.
up. But I think, yeah, I wanted to acknowledge that it's, yeah, that first little point of when you're ready to move out of sadness and reclaim joy. So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's like reclaiming your power and reclaiming the soundtrack of something
Yeah.
that might be lost, but the music is still there.
Yeah.
I I love it so much. This song kind of hit me in a way I wasn't expecting because I do that exact same thing. I will
Yeah.
associate songs with different experiences, different people, even different places. And then like I'll
Mm-hmm.
sit at home and I'll listen to them and I'll be like, whoa, I'm like back in that place and back in that
Yeah.
emotion. Are you sort of
That's
hearing this from other people too? Like, are a lot of people coming to you being like, that was my experience?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I definitely feel that, obviously, yes, kind of what I wanted to capture in the song, but I just feel like music is such a powerful transporter to a different time or a different place, like you're saying. So, yeah, I've definitely I've like been speaking to a lot of people in the past about how, like, how much you can associate a certain song to a certain memory. And so, yeah, I hope that this song will be that for people. It's funny, my I was like, talking to my mum yesterday about it and she was like, "Oh, I just can't get past the lyrics. So I want to like bop and have a good time, but then I just hear about like hurt and like burning down the fire and like, mum, you need to like properly." I was like, I sent her the lyrics. So I'm like, you need to, yeah, like properly listen to it because it does. If you catch little odd words here and there, it definitely does seem a bit different than what the actual message of the song is. But that's kind of, I don't know, that's the thing with songs. Like, I don't know, there's so many songs that I just mishear the lyrics and I'm just singing them so confidently, and that's not what they're about at all. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been at shows before and I'm singing one thing and the person beside me looks at me and like, you got the song all wrong.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
But that's also like the versatility. Like you were feeling a certain thing, you put it out
Mm,
there. Someone who's feeling something completely different can be like, wow, okay, if I
yeah,
twist this a little bit, it applies to me here.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Now, potentially a bit of a secret. It's okay if you don't want to share,
Oh,
but could you
yep.
tell us a little bit about what these songs were. Like the songs you couldn't
Yeah.
listen to. If you don't want to name the songs, you can tell us the
Oh.
vibe. Like, let us get into your
um,
head.
oh, there's like, yeah, there's a few particular ones.
Mm.
The Wild Rivers song, it's kind of like a lot when there's a new why can I not think of, see, this is my brain trying to repress it.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Thinking About Love by Wild Rivers, that was like a big one, and You Should Probably Leave by Chris Stapleton.
Mhm.
And then subsequently any Wild Rivers and Chris Stapleton songs for a bit, and I'm like, nah, this is so unfair. I'm like,
Mhm.
I can't write off two amazing artists all for that. So, yeah, there are a couple odd ones here and there, but it's just so, yeah, so fascinating. And then your brain will just like, yeah, even things that are similar to that, or when you're in
Mm.
that headspace, you just kind of look out for similar lyrics like that or similar things that remind you, and you're just like, nah, skip, skip, skip. But I think it's
Mhm.
also like a bit of a metaphor for life. Like, even if we go through, sometimes when we go through challenging times, we kind of just want them to just like us to be done with them and just forget that they even ever happened or existed. And
Mm.
I think there's a lot of beauty, and that's what I love music for, is it's a way to process things. So um, even like listening to the songs can be therapy, and that's what like I was kind of getting at in the second verse of saying like today it feels like it's going to save me, because you can't really actually make peace with anything until you've actually let yourself sit with it and go through it. And just pushing things to the side and brushing it away is not really going to actually speed up the process of getting to a place where you're okay with it.
Mm.
The song kind of is borderline. I was like, I hope it's not too petty, because it's kind of like a, because even the writing of the song is kind of not really fully being over it. But it's funny that by the time it kind of came around to coming out, I'm like, oh, this feels, I feel like actually now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay about it. But yeah, it's so funny, all the stages you go through with that.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you go to perform the song, you're gonna go right back to that spot and be like, wait, maybe I'm not over it. Maybe there's a little bit
Yeah,
still there.
well, yeah, well, that's the thing, I think.
Mm.
And this is what's so, like, sometimes what's very exposing or just vulnerable about music and writing your own stuff is that you feel you feel a certain way at a certain time, and then you kind of solidify it in this song, and then you put it out on streaming platforms where people can listen to it indefinitely, and then
Mhm.
you feel like you're kind of tied to that perspective or that, I guess, feeling you were in. But I think it's also about just, being okay with things having changed or not having changed. There's certainly a bunch of songs that I wrote and felt really strongly about at the time, and then look back on and go, nah, that was a bit dramatic, or nah,
Mhm.
that didn't age very well. Or there's others that I wrote, like 10 years ago, that I'd be like, oh, there's really like grains of, truth in all of that. So it's very interesting. But it does, playing things live definitely, I don't know. Sometimes you just get this moment where you're almost hearing it with fresh ears, or
Mm.
you're like, if I feel like if I'm playing it to people that I know haven't heard it before, I'm almost like, well, what would they think if this was the first time they were hearing it? And that's when it almost hits you even more, because you're like, oh, I've played this so many times, heard it heaps,
Mm.
but these people haven't. And if I think about that and get in their shoes, then it's a bit, takes you by surprise that things, will still feel fresh even though you've heard it so many times.
I love that perspective so much because so many times I've been at shows where it's like it was a secret lineup, so I didn't know who was going to be performing till I got there. Or it's like I didn't have time to listen to the support act because they were only announced like a day before or something. And you get to listen to songs for the first time, and it feels like it unlocks something different. Like, when you intentionally go and you put on a song on your playlist, you kind of like know a bit what you're setting out to, or like it feels a bit different. And then when it's like sprung on you at a concert or like in another setting, it's just like, whoa, it
Yeah.
feels so different. I don't know if this is like a thing, or maybe I just
Yeah.
process music weirdly, but like
No,
I
I
love
get that.
that. Hmm.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, if you're, I know, been at concerts and they'll play like a cover that I've never really
Mm.
heard. Like, they're just like, oh, here's a cover. And then it might not even be a song that you particularly like or haven't really thought twice about, but then it's just like a reimagined thing, or I don't know. And there'll be times I'll like be bawling, and it's like, like there's no even it's not even a sad song, but I'm just like moved by yeah, like I don't know, experiencing something more like for the first time. So yeah, music's pretty great for all of that, and all the emotions.
Yeah, it's such a raw human connection to be like, I've never heard this song before. I have
Mm,
no like history built up with it, yet it's still hitting in such a way you never could have imagined. Mm.
yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. And now I'd love to talk about your sound a little bit because we do have a lot of like folk darlings, indie folk darlings, even like country music stars in
Mm,
Meanjin. But your sound is very rock inspired. It's especially with this track,
yeah.
the you I used to know. There you go. Almost tongue twisted myself again. But like especially with this track, it's a bit punchier. I love it because I am a raging Aries. It's Aries season. I
I love it.
have those
Yes.
emotions.
Yes. I love
But
it.
yeah, so you're blending this kind of like rock, fusing it with your folk sound. Then you've got your
Mm.
lyrical storytelling, which kind of puts you on a little like unique little pedestal. Who would you
Oh, thank you.
say, or what would you say are your musical inspirations for this sound you've crafted?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, the rock the rock influence feels like it's probably come in kind of more recent years. Um, I definitely my comfy space is definitely like me, my guitar, very like singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
But I love like I've been sort of over the last 7, 8 years really liking a lot of indie rock and things like that. I love like Haim. I just think they're
Yeah.
amazing. I think yeah, I love how they're all amazing instrumentalists, and I
Mm-hmm.
love just um hearing all these like awesome vocal layers, but then these really like solid rhythm sections. And so yeah, kind of very inspired by that.
Yeah.
Vocally, I'm quite inspired by Chris Stapleton, even though
Mm-hmm.
obviously he's like insane. So, but like I love his vibrato. I love his dynamic like range. He can be so just like raw and guttural, and then just like really kind of strip back. And or like Matt Corby, I feel like is similar in that
Yeah.
way too. He's amazing. Um, so yeah, I think I've had plenty of yeah songwriting, I guess, to kind of and grew up listening to a bit of country music as well. But yeah, kind of wanted a bit of like a fusion of a few different things, kind of that country folk. I love some kind of like older rock as well, like Fleetwood Mac, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just I don't know, but I love rock music that feels like it's still got a lot of that dynamic play and still obviously very lyrical. And I love vocals, so I still always want them to be like have a moment to shine. Um, so yeah, it kind of feels like picking a few different things. Yeah, and kind of trying to combine them. But yeah, it's nice to hear like, yeah, feeling like it's kind of an interesting combination of things because sometimes it's like hard to kind of define what your sound is to just like one artist or had a lot of like internal conflict about how do I kind of define a genre. And
Mm-hmm.
then I realized genre is so kind of fluid anyways, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, really hard to kind of you don't want to be like kind of boxing off something like kind of yeah, closing off to certain other influences. Yeah, and just commit to one. But yeah, that's kind of my experience of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you mentioned Haim, that made perfect sense to me. It, like clicked something in my brain
Yeah.
because I love them so much, especially
Yeah.
their, I think it's still their latest album, The Women in Music Part 3. And
Yes.
now I'm like,
Oh,
I
so
can
good.
see this song like taking different elements from
Yeah.
all of those tracks.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually The Steps was one of kind of like a reference
Mm.
song for putting this one together because I was like it was kind of the Steps and Steer by Missy Higgins. They were kind of like when I was sort of calling because I wrote it all just me and my guitar and that was
Yeah.
a lot more kind of like Steer vibes. And then I was like, oh, but I love like the full band, just like the drums,
Hmm.
it's just a real like walking, driving, like strutting
Yeah.
kind of song. So yeah, kind of blending some of those influences together. So
Mm.
yeah, that's a big compliment to hear that from you that you can see it in there.
Mm. No, I absolutely love it so much. And yep, I can feel like kind of like the power move of like the steps being like, yes, okay,
Yeah,
this is my reclaiming of the story. This is my
yeah,
version of it. This is how I'm going to see it. I love that
yeah.
so much. And especially like Haim have undergone a bit of like a musical metamorphosis. They're not
Mm,
afraid to like put themselves, oh, sorry, they're not wanting to put themselves in a box and saying like, okay, we're girls who make country music or we're
yeah,
talking about this. They kind of just like go with it. And now their latest song is like a bit poppier and everyone's
yeah, yeah.
still loving it. And I feel like
Hmm.
that's such an important thing to like, yeah, as you said, have all the different, like the rock background, the folk background,
Hmm.
kind of extends your capability as an artist, extends your future potential. It's not putting yourself in a little, I only do this and only this
Yeah,
box.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like it was a challenge with this song, on my previous singles and a couple others that are kind of in the works, to unlock a bit of grittiness in my vocals or just a bit of, yeah, a bit of that extra energy because I do feel more comfy and a bit more of like a slower ballady, lots of vibrato. I mean, I still just unnecessary vibrato in a lot of these things, but I can't help it. So yeah, I think that's been a really good experience too. And even just the experience of playing a song and having all these other layers going on. And even just the acoustic guitar part alone for this song is like, it's a lot of, yeah, like it's quite an interesting and very like driving pattern and then fitting the melody, like the vocal melody around that. It's like a bit of a brain teaser for me as I'm playing it to not kind of like have everything just go kaput and not work together. So yeah, it's nice to have songs like that that you feel like are kind of pushing you, and not just kind of in that sweet, probably like a sweet, authentic spot for you, but yeah, kind of pushing yourself a little bit is also good.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I have two questions off of the back of that. Even though you
Mm-hmm.
said the acoustic guitar bit, singing along with that, it's a little complex, do you think you'll ever like dive into that side of it if you're performing solo or you just want to do like a stripped
Mm.
back set? Do you think you'll show us that at some point?
Oh yeah, I actually was I had plans to record like an acoustic version of it and post, so we'll see how we go. Not the best content creator, that's for sure. It's so funny how like those things now, music and
Ugh,
content creation are just going hand in hand.
no,
Um
it stresses me out
yeah.
so
I
much.
know.
No.
But yeah, if not like a your post, hopefully at a show sometime, I'll definitely want to do it more acoustic because it's very fun. It's a very different feel because especially there's some guitar riffs and um, like all these different vocal layers and things like that in the studio version that just having it back, it'd feel almost empty now with what I
Yeah.
know, but it would just kind of give me like a different way to kind of approach it as well so that I can come out with more energy or yeah, I don't know. It's very cool once the songs are like that to then have them kind of come back and be able to work with that. So yeah,
Yeah,
sometime hopefully.
absolutely. Okay, I'm going to be waiting for that because I feel like that could be very interesting. And then also that could
Yeah.
bring about like different interpretations for the listeners as well.
Mm,
Like,
mm,
when something's more acoustic, you're more likely to take it in an emotional way.
yeah.
And oh, yeah, so many songs you hear the studio version, you're like, yeah, I feel this way. And then like you
Yeah.
hear like a stripped acoustic one, and it's like, oh, I didn't actually realize I should be feeling this as
Yeah.
well. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. And it's really cool to, yeah, kind of have different versions of like your own songs because, yeah, when I sort of will like learn a cover, I'm like, oh, I like being able to kind of take it and add a little bit of a different feeling to it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, it's different when you can kind of do that with your own songs too.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think there's any other genres you're wanting to conquer in the near future? Are you gonna like one day like do a flip and then release like a rap song or like what do you
Oh,
think? What do you think is like next for
I think
you?
I'm I think I'm pretty bad at rapping, so I think it's safe to say that would be a real challenging myself. I you know what's really fascinating because I really like I was saying before, I found I've always been quite comfy in just the me and my guitar, and then a lot of the songs that are coming out on the album, which is coming out soon, are a lot more kind of like a full band sound and a lot of different layers. that I kind of would love to just do a really stripped back, like just a live album, and just pretty much me and my guitar. And it's so funny that I've kind of done like a little, like I appreciate it more. I think now having done, because I've always been like, oh, I just want to see these songs be kind of fleshed out more like they are in my imagination when I kind of conjure them up. But now I can really see as well the impact of having them a bit more simple. So it's not really a different genre, I guess, but it would probably end up sounding pretty country then, country or just folk. But yeah, that's what I'd like. Oh, I'd love to do a little bit more like soul or jazz. That would be great. That would be, yeah, kind of feel like pushing me a little bit, but it would, yeah, I don't know. I love like Olivia Dean and like Street Dive as well. They're awesome. So yeah, like some kind of influence like that would be pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm making a list of these. And then after this album's out, I'm giving you back the list and I'm saying, okay,
Yes.
this is what we're doing next.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
And you've mentioned the album. Can we talk about the album? Is this too under wraps to reveal yet?
Nah. Yeah, so it's set for release on the 23rd of May. So that's cool. I will announce that officially at some point. But honestly, at this point, I'm just happy things are happening. So that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be a 10-track album. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So yeah, I'll hopefully put out another single before then as well, and yeah, build a bit of hype for it. So yeah.
I love that so much. Everything is happening in the world of Georgia Bets, and I am so excited to stay along for the journey.
Oh, thank you. It is an exciting time. It's a lot to like kind of plan ahead, and planning ahead is not really my strong suit. So that's very interesting. But yeah.
Hey, it's a bit of a challenge, and we love a challenge.
That's it.
As long as it's healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and now finally, I would love to kind of hand over our playlist of the week. I would love to know who you've been listening to, who you've been loving, and who you think that we are also going to love.
Ooh, I like that. I've been listening to a lot of different stuff at the moment. What's like probably the big stuff? I'm also a pretty bad serial re-listener. Like I just have certain albums, certain artists that I just will always go back to. Like Matt Corby's a massive one. Yeah. It's just I was
gonna say I have a lot of trouble listening to new music just because I get so stuck in my ways of like, no, I want to put this song on. It's like, actually this artist has released a new album and you're gonna like it. I need to listen to it.
Yeah, I know. I have to do the same. I need to, and then I also I think it's like I cycle through. I'll listen to something so much till I'm like kind of sick of it, and then I'll forget about it for like a year or so, and then I'll come back and now I'm like, oh, now I'm extra obsessed again. So but yeah, like I said, I've been listening to a bit of Olivia Dean, Troye Sivan, which is like, I usually don't listen to heaps of like sort of poppy stuff as like my go-to, apart from Chapel Roan, obviously. But like so that's been kind of like newish for me, but he's great. I like put him on when I'm trying to do like work and stuff, and it's actually great because I'm just like having a little like just vibing, so that's nice.
Oh, absolutely. He's a phenomenal live act as well.
Yeah,
like if you haven't seen him live, put that on your list, because every time I hear his music now, I'm taken back to seeing him live, and it's so special.
So good. Other Aussie artists, I love Big Wheels as well. I'm really excited for them to put out a debut album. I'll be very excited waiting for that. I love when I'm feeling sad. I love Missy Higgins' last album. It was just such like, so beautiful. So I'll kind of cycle back to that. It's really, I'm also very dependent on the weather. I don't know if you find that too, but like, so as soon as it's rainy, I'm just like sad music for a week or whatever.
And you've got like the mood playlist for like every type of like weather and every day.
Or like time of the day, you know, like the certain really great like sunset sort of, you know, dusk songs, or there's like early morning songs and night songs. Like, I don't know. I'm very kind of dependent on that. But I think I need to like look at a few more, like make an active attempt to kind of find new music, and especially more Aussie stuff as well. So yeah, I love the Ryans as well. There's a
Mm.
few of their singles that I've just been like playing on repeat. The Vans,
Yeah.
like, oh, both of their um like last two albums, I'll just like listen to them on repeat. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've challenged myself this year that I want to listen to 50 Australian albums or EPs before the end of the year. And my rules
Nice.
are they have to be released from 2023 onwards because there's a lot of stuff like last year I struggled to make a top 10 list because I think I only listened to 10 that were released that year. And
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when you sit down and realize that it's like, oh, I'm missing out on so much
yeah,
music. But yeah,
yeah.
today I think I ticked off number 8 on the list. It was number 8 or
Nice.
9. I listened to
Yeah.
the new Mia Ray album that came out the other week, and it is
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
phenomenal. Oh,
Nice. Yeah. I got to give that a listen. That's been, yeah,
yeah.
I like, because that's the thing. You would just sometimes you
Mm,
know, oh, something's out, and then you just kind of like, I think especially when you know you're going to want to listen to the full album,
mm.
like in its
You put
entirety
it
and really
off.
like take it in. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
kind of like, I'll get to that in a sec. And then, yeah. And also, like, I don't know about you as well. It's kind of going back
Mm,
to the memories thing, but whenever I listen to an album for the first time, it's like, I don't know, it's really special. And I feel like it
yeah.
also influences what I'm doing at the time. So I got to be like, if I'm just, I don't know, just chilling at home and cooking breakfast or whatever, and I'm listening to this album, I feel like I need to be really present with it, and then
Yeah.
also allow for if it's going to like emotionally hijack me for the rest of the
Mhm.
day. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
No, I was totally like that this morning. I'm like, I need to. I've been like, it's on my list. I need to do it. I need to do it. If I put it off
yeah.
anymore, I'll never listen to it.
Hmm.
And I put it on. I'm like, I'll just do like some reading, some studying in the
Yeah.
background. Not within like a minute, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just focusing completely on the album
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I've done that a couple times where I'll just
Mm.
be doing something and then I've just somehow put everything down and I'm just sitting on like my lounge and just staring at the speaker and I'm doing nothing. I'm just staring, like
Mhm.
listening intently, and it must just look pretty crazy from the outside. But yeah, it's really cool when music can
Mm.
just do that for you, because it's kind of hard to slow us down and stop us kind of in
Yeah.
our busy day to day. So pretty special when someone can do that for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, that's what I felt when I listened to the You I Used to Know. Like, I fully sat there and I was
Oh.
like, it was kind of that moment where you're like, wait, is this song about me? Like, is this my feelings that you've tapped into somehow?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
I
yeah,
love that. That's so good.
yeah, it is so special. But yeah, thank you so much for making the time to
Thank
chat
you.
today.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so fun. Great to, yeah, talk all things music, and yeah, very excited to go and find some more local artists as well. Support the
Yeah.
scene. So yeah.
Absolutely. No, I love it. Challenge yourself to listen to a certain amount before the end of the year
Yeah.
and like just
So
tick
good.
them off as you do it because it'll be worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I love it. So good.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.